Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of the Scaryish podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace. This is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And the audio is going to be different this week.
Yes, the audio is going to be very different this week. We are recording with our old school setup, which is a Yeti and a laptop.
I thought you were going to say our old school friends.
An old school setup, which is a Yeti and a laptop, which both don't belong to us. They belong to the wonderful Jessica, who is sitting to my right. One of the two folks from the JJ Obsession, who we often come out to Anaheim or we do Las Vegas conventions with. We happen to be out here, and one of the things that we find fascinating is the fact that Jessica and her sister Jennifer, who is sitting across from me, have tons and tons of stories, and sometimes they involve spooky stuff as well. So we said, okay, everyone stop talking right now and hang on to your stories because we're going to put a microphone in between all of us and we're going to sit down and talk about it. So that is what this episode is going to be. So I think the best thing to do would be to have you guys introduce yourselves just really quickly and say hello. So you can start with Jessica.
Hello, I'm Jessica. Robin and Adam are the best people I've ever met. And
You don't have to lie to everyone.
You have to lie.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. Why did you just assume?
They always assume that they're always awkward, but they're really not. They're just putting themselves down, and they're just a wonderful, amazing people. And I'll let my sister introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Jennifer. The younger one of the twins.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm the younger
Oh,
one.
I thought
We
I was
didn't
like
mention that they are twins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, back when we made our twins episode is because they're like, you guys should do a twins episode.
That was a while back, too.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
So you're
Yeah.
the youngest.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So we met you guys about 3-4 years ago now. It's 2021, so like almost 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We all met up at...
3 years ago. You're
It was
crazy.
2018, right?
I can't math. It's
Okay, yeah, it's late. So full disclosure,
We're meat drunk.
we're meat drunk. We just had Korean barbecue.
Adam
and
just hit on our waiter. It was real weird.
It was not
Waiter.
intentional.
A guy.
Yeah.
Mind you.
He was adorable, though.
He was adorable.
First of all, I'm an equal opportunist, okay? Like, beautiful people are beautiful, and he was wonderful. But yeah, I was eating an Otter Pop, and sometimes you eat things seductively without realizing it while making heavy eye contact.
See, you should have left your Discord handle.
I know, you
I know.
should have
And
wrote
then
it
just
on
had,
the receipt.
and then tell him to listen to the podcast.
We should have done that.
It's okay.
And he wouldn't have known which one of us four left their Discord handle, so he'd have been like, which one is this?
He could probably guess the handwriting.
Maybe.
Considering yours is like the Adam Diaz or something.
Let's mail him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember, you
Never
can
mind.
change your name.
That's true. So anyways, we've had a wonderful weekend at the Anaheim Garden Walk convention this particular weekend, right?
Okairi.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome home.
Welcome home.
Yeah, welcome home in Japanese.
Yeah, so it's been really fun. We got to meet someone last weekend for the same event.
Oh, spooky friends.
Nevcor came out to visit us, which was super cool. Another part of the Spooky family is Liz, also known as Spooky Sis.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Liz. We know you're going to be listening to this.
Is she?
Eventually. Let's hope so. She supports us sometimes. So one of the things that we were talking about when we stayed, because they're letting us stay in their home because they're that gracious, we're staying in their guest room, is one of the most common things that I think I ask when I stay somewhere is like,
Is it haunted?
is this place haunted? Like, can I expect to see some creepy girl standing over me in the middle of the night? And we were told no. But then later on this weekend, Jess was saying something about not being sure.
There's a story about the house, I guess.
Well, no, there's what?
We've been here for like 5 days, spaced out over like a week.
Well, did you feel anything
No,
creepy?
no.
Okay, then we're good.
Well, we can
I
tell the
have stayed in this
story.
house by myself. I'm fine.
Well, we've had the house blessed, too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Yeah.
Which is like a primary thing that most
Yeah.
folks do when they move into a new house.
Yeah.
But there's a story that goes along with the house, right?
Yeah, so, apparently, the old couple that actually owned the house both actually died in my room. So,
What? Just, you can't see my face. But I'm like, what?
they did pass away 2 years apart, though.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was like, together?
No.
And then this house was vacant for about
A
almost
year.
a year.
Before it actually got sold.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Is California a state where they're required to tell you by law that
Yes.
someone
Yes.
passed away in the house?
Yes.
Okay.
Within 3 years, I believe you have to tell them, and it's on the documents. So when
Gotcha.
we were signing the papers, it
Yeah, you
actually
just
was
read
written
through it,
down.
yeah.
That's good to know, because
Yeah.
I know it differs from state to state.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure in Nevada you don't have to disclose that.
What?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Today I learned.
Another thing you learned.
Earlier
it's
she
a
was
whole day of learning.
Yeah, earlier today I was like, hasta la pasta. She's like, I've never heard that before. I was like, you are the second person this week that had said that to me. And I'm like, how do you not hear, how you know hasta la pasta?
It means goodbye pasta, right? I don't know where it's from though.
I don't either, but it's just a saying, I guess.
Hasta la doesn't mean bye.
Hasta la vista, doesn't that mean goodbye?
I thought, no.
I've only ever heard it from
heard,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I've heard people say hasta la bye bye.
Oh, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bye.
Oh,
that's what
it all
that
makes
song
sense now. That's probably what the song was named in Spanish.
Hasta la Shut up. Okay.
Anyway.
That kind of reminds me of all the murder houses in Japan.
Oh.
Oh, not murder houses. I'm so
They're
sorry.
like the
At this
suicide
point, like,
houses. Yeah.
we wouldn't be
Suicide
even telling our stories. We would be just telling you random facts.
Random facts absolutely work because you guys are filled with a wealth of knowledge as well. Like we were driving past, is it Cal State Fullerton?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys were telling us about how there's like different places on Cal State Fullerton that are haunted. In fact, I think Jennifer had a story about an elevator that's haunted, which is horrifying.
Yes. So, well, actually, this is your story. Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
were, well, I went on the elevator too, but mine was kind of different.
So there's a few stories that I
There
do
is a
have,
few stories.
including that building. It is one of the oldest buildings that we have on campus. It is 6 floors and a basement. So we have a basement section plus 6 floors.
Are basements normal in California? Like
No, because of earthquakes.
Yeah.
It's a
but
safety
now
hazard.
they're actually
Okay.
doing underground parking. So I guess they're
So if
changing the rules slightly.
Reinforcement, I guess,
Yeah.
would be the best way to do it.
Probably piles into the
Yeah.
ground.
But you have your story, and then I have...
Oh, yeah.
Mine's really short, so I guess I'll have mine
Oh,
first.
yeah. Okay. So, I
Or,
was...
okay, she can go. You can go.
I'm
Whatever.
so sorry. We could take turns like they do.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
So, there was one time I was actually on campus. We were on the 4th floor, and it was just me and the janitor, and we got into the elevator that actually goes to the basement. And there's actually 2 elevators. One of them actually works perfectly normal, and then this is the one that's like the creepy one. It would, we went in. It was just him and me, and we were just trying to get into pushing the button to the first floor, and the door would close, but it wouldn't go down or up. I wasn't even sure if like anybody else from the other floors was pushing the button. There are times when I would be waiting on the first floor and the elevator wouldn't come for the longest time.
So this is the custodian that's in the elevator with you, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy because when you see stuff like Elisa Lam and her whole thing where she gets into the elevator and she presses the buttons and everyone thinks like, we're not exactly sure what happened. Is she mentally ill? Is she having a mental break? But the elevator acts weird. So
Yeah.
if you were to get into an elevator and have it acting weird, one of the people that I would want to be there would be the custodians of the building. Like, you'd be like, fix the fucking elevator. Because this is really creepy. But he's on the elevator with you while this is happening.
Which is also kind of creepy because this will tie into another story where a custodian actually killed a bunch of people in the basement.
Oh, yes, that story.
Oh God. Okay.
That one
So that one is that will be told by Jen, but like, it's kind of creepy because I was thinking that in my head. Now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe he could have killed me at that time too. I wouldn't even know.
Oh, no.
But he
What if he was the ghost of a custodian and he was like, I'm
dude,
leaving
he was
you?
gonna
There was
leave
actually,
me?
have you seen the CCTV footage of this elevator? Were you standing by yourself on it? Because
Could you
Identify the janitor.
So what you're saying is I should probably take a selfie with him.
No.
Sure that he's there or not.
Such a millennial thing to say.
I take a selfie with every person that I meet just to make sure they're real.
And they're not a vampire.
And they're not a vampire.
Wait, you're...
It's a good test.
No.
They
You're
can't.
saying vampires can't take pictures?
I didn't say that. Why are you looking at me?
You literally just said.
I just agreed.
Do you have a vampire?
No.
She's about to
Confirm
correct everyone
or
and say,
deny?
to say that you can't see a vampire. A vampire can't see the reflection because the back of mirrors used to have silver in them, which is what prevented them from seeing it.
Yeah.
But if you watch True Blood, they say that they made that shit up so that they could have their reflection and be like, oh, look, I'm not a vampire. And they're a vampire the whole time. Vampires are clever like that in True Blood. Continue.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it was just me and him, and we were just pushing the button to the first floor, and it wouldn't move at all. So he and I were just, like, looking at each other, and was like, I don't know, like, what do you want to do? We were pushing, we kept pushing the button, and then at one point, we just ended up just pushing the open button, and he and I just walked out, because it was just so creepy.
Yeah.
And then the door would close, after we got off, the door quickly closed, and then it went down.
Shut the front
So if
door.
you wouldn't have gotten off, it would have gone down on its own to the basement.
I believe so.
That's so terrifying.
And then that particular elevator in that area if you go all the way down to the basement, there's like a hazard sign, like
it takes you to the electrical
Yeah.
area. And
This
that's
is some
where it
Freddy
took
Krueger
me.
shit. So that's your story.
Yeah, so I was coming down from, I think it was the 5th floor.
mind you, this building is stupid. And only escalators go up to the 4th floor.
And then you have to walk
then you
up the
have
stairs.
If you
for
need to go to
5th
your
and
5th or
6th.
6th floor, you have to take the stairs.
Why?
Yeah.
That or you take the elevator.
The escalator's just like, figure it out.
It's the,
We only go this high.
And kids are so funny. So they would put, the Jackie Chan picture where he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it has that at the end. It's like,
take the stairs.
where's the rest of the escalators? Take the stairs.
That's so bad. So if anybody goes to Cal State Fullerton and you go to McCarthy
Hall.
and you take the escalator, you'll see that.
You'll see that Jackie
The
Chan
Jackie
picture.
Chan.
thing. Oh God, so mad.
Yeah, but so I was taking it down to the 1st floor, and I think I was by myself, which is even scarier. And what it did was it kind of stopped at every floor, skipped the 1st floor, and took me to the basement.
What the French
So you're on
toast?
5. It
I was
stopped
5,
at 4, 3, 2,
basement.
basement.
The doors open at
And
each,
each one open.
but there's nobody there.
Exactly.
No!
So what does the basement look like when it opens?
When you open,
Is there a horrible burned custodian back there? Raising sharp claws.
I'm already
Are you talking about Freddy Krueger?
Yes.
So I think it opens
And then
into
there's
like
the
darkness,
electrical
right?
room. It depends. It depends on what time of day you go in there. It's they
The
have
sensor motion
the sensor
lights.
lights. So there are times when it is black down there.
Oh my god.
So, but the thing is that, if in your third mind eye, the escalator door would open and it would be the hazard electrical area.
Yeah.
And then it would be like a small, like, tunnel down that way that,
And then, like,
that I've
like a
never been
door.
to. And then like a door frame and then it leads into the other class, like towards the hall to the other
To
classrooms.
the basement.
Do people have?
I have class down there. I have had class down there.
But on
And
the
everything's
on the
white. Like
brighter
it's a
side.
hospital. It's a hospital, like, you know how everything's white?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nothing's on the walls, no picture frames, no anything. It's
What?
just white walls.
Yeah, it's all everything's white.
Everything's white.
And I was like jamming the button. I closed
Get
the
me
door
out
and
of
take me
here.
to the 1st
And
floor,
oh my
please.
The thing is that if you took the elevator, there is a stairs, like a stairwell right next to it. So you could, if
And
you're
that one's
scared,
pitch
you could
black,
literally
too.
Run out and
that.
get back up
Yeah.
to the 1st
Yeah,
floor.
but
So
it's
at least that's good.
scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That's
terrifying.
horrifying.
Yeah, it's really
So aside from the fact that there's apparently a haunted elevator in this building, you said McCarthy Hall?
Yes.
For any freshmen that are listening to this, they're going to Cal State Fullerton, they're going to be like, hell no. So, okay, we got
remember,
that down.
exercise, guys.
Take the stairs.
Take the stairs or the escalator.
You
And then
end
the
up
stairs.
learning
The
to
escalator
take the
only goes up
stairs.
4 floors anyways. Just take the stairs every time.
No, you take the escalator as fast as you can, and then you run up the stairs.
There you go. That's actually way smart.
Is
Yeah.
it closed in, the stairs?
Yeah, it's like its
Yeah,
own
yeah.
little area.
Oh, okay.
that it's double doored.
That was creepy too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't like going into stairwells that are just the staircase and you have to exit the doors to get out of the
Yeah,
stairwell.
no,
yeah,
it is like
that's
that.
like that.
Ugh,
And it's
no.
big.
And yeah, it's a big
But
stairwell.
like
Right.
during class time, there's a bunch of people going up and
Right.
down.
Oh, okay,
You'll
okay.
be fine.
Which is why
You
it's
won't
that
be alone.
wide.
Yeah.
And isolated from the classroom so that you can't hear the noise. while people are
Yeah,
going
it's
in.
down center. Everything's centered,
Oh,
and then
Alright.
the elevators are on the ends.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's an H shape.
So you mentioned that this building in particular, where this janitor who actually existed, who killed people?
Oh, no. This was in our library.
This is the library.
This is the
so you have a
library.
haunted library too.
Yeah,
Is the
well,
library the library is the library actually haunted, or is it just like this horrible story?
it's just a horrible. I think it's a horrible story. I don't think anyone's...
North side.
Okay, so our library is really interesting, and it's gone through a lot of renovation now. But before, you could go on both sides of the library. But now you can't go to one side of the library.
Because of the 2014 earthquake or something.
Yeah, because we had a very bad earthquake here. But, so one side of our library has no windows. So everything's just
Why?
encased. Because they tried to protect the really old literature
Yeah.
books.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
sunlight damage,
Okay.
sun damage.
Yeah, sun damage. And then on the other side is where there's literally like a whole side of windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Where all the kids, study, group
Yeah.
studies and all that stuff.
yeah,
They're
and like
all on
conference
that
rooms
side.
and whatever.
Yeah.
But for this one happened in an all these kids, so there were, I think 6 kids, right? 6 victims.
And then I think one adult.
And then the adult who's the janitor. So what he did was these kids went down to the basement.
When you say kids, they're college
Students.
Okay.
Yeah. College students went down to the basement.
So
Calling
young.
everyone kids.
I know.
Tony's like, "You're so young."
young. Barry is so young.
Barry was our waiter. He's handsome. I got lost in his eyes tonight. I hope he listens. Wouldn't that
what
be
if he
fucking
listened?
crazy?
I would be
my.
like, hey, bruh, here's a QR code to this specific video at this specific time stamp.
And listen to this.
Listen to this shout out.
Yeah. And also, he is a Cal State Fullerton
He
student.
is. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Perfect. Perfect. He can hear all the horror stories before he reads in the October newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There was 7 victims. There's trees out there.
Yeah, so there are 7 trees dedicated to these 7 victims.
So this isn't even like a myth. This is something that
This actually happened. I think we
100%.
can, if you want a more accurate story, I think it's better to look it up.
Yeah.
But
We don't do accuracy here. So
I mean,
we're not scientists.
Our school covers it every October too. So
Oh,
we
okay.
could just get
I wish I had the newsletter for it.
yeah.
That would have been great.
You are our newsletter.
An inaccurate one.
Well,
All right. So,
so
7 victims.
the kids went down to the basement, and I'm guessing the janitor had like a
Psychotic break.
psychotic break or
probably.
something, and he shot these kids and killed all of them. So they covered it in the newspaper, but they dedicated these 7 trees right outside our library.
Mhm.
So like our library's right here, and there's like a statue and a broken, is it Adonis? Broken statue of Adonis?
I think so.
But there's this kind of like a half circle, or is it a
like
full circle?
No, it's like a half circle.
It's like a half circle, and they planted trees for each victim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outside to kind of dedicate to them. or
Memorial.
something. Yeah, kind of like a
Memorial.
Memorialize.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
Yeah, but he just murdered the students that went down to the basement that
So
day.
different
Which is
building,
unfortunate.
got into an elevator, went down again to a basement.
Yes,
and
then
got
was,
shot
yes,
to death.
Yes.
our library does have a basement as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did he take his own life? Was he like the 7th victim, so to speak?
I think he was the 7th victim. I think he
believe
did.
so.
I
Yeah.
think he did take his life.
I wouldn't want to be alive after killing all those people.
Who would?
Yeah.
It's craziness.
Right?
And that's the custodian that was in the elevator with you.
Holy shit. Oh
That
my
would
god.
be
we
so
gotta
That'd be
find a
so
picture.
No, we cannot. We cannot. That's
Which
too scary.
reminds me, I was talking to this one lady at school, and she was telling me, it's like, has anything been creepy about the elevator? Because she kind of works like around that area on the floors. I think she was like on the 4th floor or whatever. She's like, no, I don't really see anything creepy. But for some reason, the girls' restroom, the paper dispenser, the paper towel dispenser,
Yeah.
keeps spitting out paper. It would just keep going in rolls.
Yeah,
and people
I've
would
been there.
not be able to fix it.
Yeah, and I've been
No
to the
one
restroom a
knows
couple times,
why.
and it just goes off.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that would happen in Japan because they have all the bathroom demons, as far as I know.
Didn't you guys tell us about the time where you guys went to the bathroom and or restroom and the light was off or something like that?
Oh, that was me. So at work, I ended up going into the restroom and it was just beeped it, to get in for the employees' restroom.
Yeah.
And that one is the censored lights. So I went and I sat down on the toilet and I was doing my thing. And, the lights just flicked off and then it flicked right back on. And I was like, did it not sense me when I walked in? Which is kind of weird because it has happened to other coworkers. Cause I've asked them, I was like, is there a short circuit or something in the girls' restroom? And she's like, no, it happened to me once. And then another lady was like, oh,
Because the lights are on before you even get in there.
yeah, the lights were already on.
Then you get in and they turn off.
Yeah, and it turned off for a good second and then it turned back on.
You should just take a flashlight with you to the bathroom.
But no. For me, if the lights would have turned off while I was in there, I would have, even if I was mid doing whatever, just try to run out of there as fast as I could.
I would have pooped, but it would have been convenient because I was in the bathroom.
I can't even look at the mirror. If that happened to me and I had to wash my hands, I don't even look at the mirror.
It's because
was
you're
kinda
washing your
shocked.
hands and you look up and the person in the mirror washing their hands is still looking down.
No.
You realize that you're the mirror
That's-
person all of a sudden.
Shut up.
So I just want to say, I feel like I have this duty during this episode to creep you guys out because last weekend when we were here, we watched Another, which is a wonderful anime recommended by Jennifer, which is horror.
Yes.
It's 100% horror.
One of my favorites.
It's like a whoudunit at the same
It is
time.
very good.
It's excellent, but it is definitely horrifying, and I'm pretty sure a few people in the house definitely had nightmares afterwards.
Did you?
I think I did, yeah. And then I think their younger sister also said that she was going to have nightmares when we
yeah, I
walked
think
out, too.
Jules did. Especially the first death. Oh.
Yeah, and it just winds up in this chaotic mess by the end of it. We won't give away any spoilers, but totally check it out. But that was my nightmare.
Yes.
It was like someone was coming to kill me,
So
and I was like in this giant building that I couldn't get out of.
The anime is called Another. You guys should check it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's in English only, so it's easy to find out.
Oh, that's true. It's not.
Oh,
it
it's
doesn't
not
have a Japanese name.
title, so you're good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. All right. So we got some haunted Cal State Fullerton stuff.
Which is gonna lead into. So remember what happened earlier today at the source?
Yes.
So actually,
Oh, then nobody else
Oh,
knows.
wow.
we should
Okay,
probably
we forgot
talk
about that, yeah.
Which is weird because we were talking about Cal State Fullerton when we were actually going to school, and it right before the week before.
Oh my God.
Yes, the week before school started, all the kids were going back to the dorms. This was like 2014, 2015? Like around.
Some time ago,
It was
yeah.
like 2014 was like the year, I swear. Yeah, someone actually jumped off our parking structure.
Southeast structure. I think.
Yeah.
At school.
Yeah.
How it was like this morning.
Was
Yeah.
this
Okay,
Stood
so-
on- he stood on the edge.
Oh my gosh, this morning. Okay, so today's been a very adventurous day. This morning, we went to get
breakfast?
egg bread.
What, egg bread? What's the name?
We went
Flip flop.
from Flip. Oh, what is it called? Flippily.
Is it Flip Polly?
Flip Polly.
Yeah,
Yes,
something like that.
Flippily. And at the source, and
The Source is an outdoor mall.
It's an outdoor
For those of
mall.
you who don't know.
and
In
we
Santa
were
Ana.
walking through the parking structure, and we noticed all these police and firemen,
They were blocking off the roads, but the firemen were inside the parking structure.
and they were setting something up on the ground, and we were all like, "What is going on?"
I think Jess was the first person to
No,
say,
no.
like...
It was one of
It was
us.
well, yeah,
One
it
of
was
us.
one of
Yeah.
I told you to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And
Yeah.
then someone's like, that's the thing that they blow up if someone's going to jump.
Yes.
And then when we were pulling out, we were looking up on the parking structure, and someone on the top floor of
was
the parking
standing
garage...
on their tippy toes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their heels were off.
Off.
They're standing up on the barrier that keeps your car from rolling over, facing in towards the parking structure with their back to the open air. And their toes were still on the barrier right there, and their heels were literally hanging off the edge. So it was very
Yeah.
terrifying
It was
to
terrifying for us to watch. I can't even imagine how terrifying it was for them. But
see.
all
We were leaving, so we did drive away and
Yes.
let the authorities handle it.
but the firemen and everything were setting up all the air beds.
Airbed sounds
or
accurate,
something
yeah.
like that. And it didn't make the news. Therefore, we are hoping
Everything's okay.
everything's fine.
Yeah, so we checked a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
So it's been about at least 12 hours for that news to come in, so we're hoping that good things happened, and that way it wasn't something sensational, where they decided they had to blast it all over the media. So fingers crossed that gentleman's
Yes.
okay. And just a quick shout out to anyone out there who struggles. Definitely know that everyone, especially everyone that's on the show right now, wants you to stick around, and there's so many people out there that do as well. So if
Yes.
you're ever in a situation like that,
Please reach
just-
out to someone or call a suicide hotline type
Absolutely.
thing.
Just don't let it get to the point where you feel like there's no way out, because there absolutely always is. So
And so what happened at school? So you guys didn't see
You
it.
know.
Oh,
to-
it happened a week before school
Okay.
started.
yeah. Because
So
everyone was moving into the dorms, and I think they said it was a foreign exchange.
I believe,
student, right?
yeah, I believe it was
Or like a foreign
exchange
student that
Okay.
came here. So they said he probably couldn't keep up with the pressure from his parents back home.
Oh.
And so he just jumped. And I think they found his body kind of late, didn't they?
Oh no.
Yeah. Cause, he was there before everyone else was there.
And
He landed kind of like where the plants were.
Oh, so it's
So he
like
was kind of hidden.
obscure
Yeah.
spot.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that parking structure like?
I've never had a problem.
I've never had-
Except
I mean,
parking.
but the thing is, it's like, kids have class in the middle up until like 10 o'clock at night, and they have to go to their cars.
We've been there. till
Yeah, we've
10
been there
at
till
night.
like 10. Some people stay later.
I mean, just being in the darkness in general is creepy, and just knowing that this is sort of the place that has had these things happen in the
Yeah.
past, like at least one building that had like an actual shooting, another building that has like a haunted elevator, a parking garage that's had this terrible tragedy befall it.
You're
like,
making
those
our
would
school
definitely-
sound so bad.
Your school is wonderful. It's beautiful. We
It is
drove by
very
it, and I was like,
beautiful.
this is such a nice campus. And you're like, let us tell you the little things about it that make it kind of creepy.
Well, this is not creepy, but our school made the news not too long ago for a full lockdown. Like, they
remember the
locked
date.
down our school because there was a robbery down in LA.
Jewelry robbery.
A jewelry robbery down in LA, and they somehow made it all the way to our school went into our business building.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Run down everything
and
on campus.
There was, I think, 3 or 4 of them. 3 of them blended in with the students.
That's smart.
And then one of them
Got
took
caught.
off to the back and got caught. So they had the school locked down for how long?
I don't know, but we were lucky that my class, we were together.
Yeah, we were together. Thank God.
We stayed till like 11.
Yeah, they
And then-
locked us down.
Yeah.
Like no one could leave.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It started at around like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Little do we know, you are the jewelry thieves.
And then,
I thought you had some fancy jewelry on.
and it's funny too, cause like people would say our school's name, the building name wrong. And
So-
it's so funny.
Our school's name is, well, it was Mahalo, and they called it Mahalo.
I don't know if that will offend you because you are Hawaiian, you know?
But they called it Mahalo, and then we had memes for weeks at school, and it was just Mahalo and it's Lilo just waving.
Oh my
It was
god.
so bad. But
But it
yeah.
was funny.
Oh,
Yeah, but we stayed till 11.
so
Our
scary.
our class was like consensus, and they're
It's
like,
like, everyone
you
break
go-
up.
Yeah, it's
and
like
walk.
you parked here. Okay, you cohort go that way, and then it's like you parked in this structure. You cohorts go this way, and then everyone just dispersed
okay.
because we weren't the main building that was.
On lockdown.
Yeah, so we're like, screw this. We're gonna go, and then they all left. So it was interesting.
Yeah, not creepy, but
and
kind
we
of
were-
scary.
Right.
we were in McCarthy Hall.
The haunted one?
basement.
God.
No, we were in the first floor.
No, were we in the basement?
It was one of the two. We had no signal.
Yeah.
So like our mom
Sounds like a
I was
basement.
gonna say
Yeah.
that sounds like a basement.
Our mom was so concerned. Like everybody in there was so concerned because they're like,
Do they not have Wi-Fi?
We did, but we couldn't call our friend. We couldn't call our mom or dad.
Oh,
because
is
it's
this-
phone? You know, like parents don't have
They don't have social media.
social
Okay,
media.
okay, okay.
Enough
So-
Discord.
Yeah. So what happened was
Discord.
it's
Stop
older
thinking
than
about
that.
Barry.
I
God.
can't stop thinking about Barry.
We Skyped our friend. Our friend had our mom's number. Oh,
And
we
he
gave
called-
it to him
yeah,
or
and he
something,
called
and then
our
he
mom.
called our
Oh,
mom
okay,
to tell him
okay.
that we were safe.
Okay.
So we were fine. And we were like, yeah, we'll be home soon, maybe. And then there are people
Maybe.
people on the radio were like, yeah, we're all singing songs, and people are like peeing in the trash can.
No, you were not.
Yeah,
No.
not us, but like other people. It was so funny.
Oh my.
We were lucky the girls' restroom was like right next door.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When you're on an impromptu lockdown and the resources are not available to you that you may need,
Yeah.
you just
Grab
do
a
what you
bottle.
gotta do. You
Grab a
survive.
Shit in a bucket.
Improvise, adapt, overcome. That's what you have to do.
Imagine everyone had a cup of coffee before this.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, so we have, creepy stories from Cal State Fullerton, true crime brushes from Cal State Fullerton, which is
Yes.
super cool. We've talked about the fact that there were at some point 2 corpses in your bedroom. Which
No,
is very
that's
interesting.
not. You make it sound so creepy.
It's so weird because I sleep in this house by myself in that room. I am fine. So
And you're
there's
fine.
nothing wrong here. So we're good.
So, just a quick update as well. We're drinking tea while we do this. So if you're listening right now, you should probably be drinking alcohol.
No.
Every time the twins laugh in unison, you have to take a drink.
Oh, get ready to get drunk.
All right, so moving on, we had some stuff that we talked about, and this is what's funny about conventions. I don't know how many of you have been to like an anime convention or a video game convention where they have booths where you sell merch.
I thought you were
But-
going to say boobs.
Boobs. Those are everywhere at anime conventions, but
Hey, this
Yeah.
time it was a card.
It was a car meet.
r/anime
Well,
thing.
there was a lot more boob than I usually see at
Yes.
anime conventions.
Yeah, so
And
if that's what
it's
you're in it
Japanese.
for, that's the kind of convention you're looking for.
Yes.
But prior to meeting you guys, I had only been there as a participant, just walking around buying stuff. And then Robin makes a ton of stuff, and then you guys kind of got together, and you said, hey, we do this thing, would you like to get a table with us? And you guys have been so gracious to let me tag along and sit back there and just talk
Welcome
and
anytime.
read my book.
Hey,
And
background
occasional-
support.
Exactly.
Background support.
Me and Jennifer, the background support.
Hell
The talented artists are Jessica and Robin. But we're there in support. But it's really cool because we get to sit in this tent and like talk when there's no one there. It's like retail when you're having fun before the manager tells you to stop.
But we don't have a manager. so
Exactly.
that's
We are
great.
the manager,
Oh,
bitch.
yeah.
So it's just been
Hashtag small
super.
business.
It's been super fun, but it's also something where like if you're walking around a con, I don't know if you realize how much fun people are having there, but I think that energy sort of like flows out of the tent. And we had a really good time this weekend. But these are when a lot of these stories came up, and I was like, we should just have you guys on the show, like, because these are phenomenal. So, there's a story you haven't told us yet, though, which you just brought up.
So there's 2, and then...
Oh, I also didn't tell you the story that I was going to tell you that happened at this house.
Wow, that was so many words at once.
What?
No. Okay, so...
Story that happened at this house in their guest room.
No, in our room. My room.
What about the one about Jules?
Oh no, guys!
That one scared me.
Good. No, that one's good.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah. So last week, so this is very recent. Yes.
They were here last week.
Yeah. A few days ago. So I was sleeping by myself.
This already sounds scary.
I was sleeping by myself, and you know how, like, we had the cons and we
were all exhausted.
Super exhausted.
You guys had to do a podcast on Tuesday, and you guys were exhausted. And so I ended up sleeping in the room by myself on Tuesday night. I was sleeping, and I turned over, facing the closet. You're fine. So I was facing the closet, and
out of the other side, so it's okay.
out of nowhere.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Out of nowhere, I just heard a what? I'm alone in that room, by the way, and it was coming from behind me. And I was like,
shut the front door.
And I was like, So I flipped over and I was like, hello. And then I was like, all right, good night.
Oh no!
And I flipped around back.
You're so much.
And then I was like, so yeah, we're fine.
No, we're not fine.
I thought this was going to be a story where it's like, and then Jules was in the room. No, it's like...
I thought it was going to be like, Jules was just really loud in her room, so I heard
a disembodied voice spoke to you.
I think I know what it was.
Is it the neighbor?
It's the neighbor in the back.
I hope you're right. Because remember they changed...
Nope. That's the neighbor in the
She
back.
has already decided what the rational explanation is.
I've decided.
Phenomenon.
All right, you can
Tell
tell
Jules' story now.
Anytime you have phenomenon happen where you have to speak out loud to the darkness, it's really scary.
I just like that you're like, hello?
I'm going back to bed. Okay. So Jules is your younger sister.
Correct.
The youngest, the baby.
Julia.
Yes, we're about almost 8 years apart.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
She's our little
She's our miracle child. You don't see, you don't hear it, but
You can hear her hand motion. Ta-da!
Ta-da! So, when we first started living here, we actually had to change all the locks on the doors. So, the house kind of has like a suction if you don't really open any of the windows. So her room specifically gets really hot, and it also has a lot of suction. Mostly when we put in that bottom section of the door to prevent air coming in and out.
Right.
So we came in at night at like 10 p.m. because we had to go pick up her roommate to come back to this house. We were trying to open her door. It wouldn't budge. We thought it was locked. So we were like getting the keys to see if it was unlocking, but like the doorknob turns. Like, there was no problem at all with the doorknob at all. So I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. So I'm like pushing and I'm like kind of like ramming into it like a football player. And then I'd end up calling Jen, on Discord, and I was like, we're having trouble. We can't do anything. Like, this is pathetic. And our little sister's like praying. She's like, please, like, let me in my room. Like, I need to get in my room.
I got her in there.
It's like all her squishes in there.
Follow at SoCal Squish on Instagram, by the way.
Yes, please support her. She's fun.
But, so we're pushing and prying and we're, so yeah, we're trying to pry open the door and all that stuff. And then her roommate was also trying to kind of help us. She was standing in the door frame that goes into the hallway for both of the rooms. And we're pushing and pushing. She's like praying and she's like, please just like open the door, like ghost on the other side. Like, let me
shut the front door.
No. And then out of nowhere, we're still trying to push. And then when she said that, the door just opened, like just slightly. So then our little sister she was in front of me. So she freaked out. Ran past me and like ran into
Miley.
Yeah, I slammed into her.
Oh, poor Miley.
And then I was like, oh! So I like ran and I kicked the door open. And I was like, who's in here? No one? And I flicked on the light. There was no one in there.
You ran in there in the dark?
Yeah.
Oh
You are
my
brave
god.
and you are bold.
Yeah. And
That
I
is
was
incredible.
I was like, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah,
and
she's
she
like,
told me the
So
story.
you're on Discord. at this
Yeah, I'm
point.
on Discord, so I don't know what's happening. I was
So-
like, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, and I kicked open the door and there was nothing in there. I'm like, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, and then she...
What?
Jules, the ghost isn't speaking. Go ahead and go into your room and go to sleep now, okay? No big deal. Everything's
Yeah, but
fine.
it was a suction thing. 'cause
Yeah,
she
it
closed
was
all the
suction.
windows.
Yeah. All the windows were closed, and at least that's what we lied to ourselves about. So I don't know.
Yeah. You know what you could have done? You could have just like stuck your finger underneath and opened the flap a little so the suction is...
But what if there was somebody on the other side? And
Then
he
they'd
just
step on your
decided to
Chops
step on
your
my
fingers.
I've seen signs. In that
I've
case, you
seen
would have been the
You gotta
alien.
put the, no,
against
you gotta
his
grab the
fingers
knife and put the knife under there.
Oh, to go.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh
check.
God, like Charlie. Oh my God.
What's so funny?
Oh my god, please no.
What's so funny about this episode is that there's so many times where we hear a story, we're told a story, we get emailed a story where it's like, I thought this happened, and then it turns out it was this. And the way these two stories have been presented, I thought that's how they were going to end. But instead it ended with like, so this place is haunted.
Oh my
We
god.
think, but not really. So I thought that was fantastic.
I mean, if you think it's haunted,
I think
I don't
this
think
place
so.
has the most amazing energy
Yeah.
because you
Oh,
guys are
good.
I
the
think it's
nicest,
nice.
most positive people we've literally ever met.
Thank
So just
you.
coming in here, it just has that energy to it. Especially also when Jules and Miley are here because they're very much the same way.
Also, before we even bought this house, we felt that energy in here too. Because
Yeah.
the person who
people
lived
prior,
here were very generous people.
yeah,
And also really like to host parties.
yeah, they did.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout
If
out
they're
to
here, you might hear them through an EVP. Who knows?
Oh yeah. They're
So,
super sweet people.
Everyone's turning up their
so
volumes
ridiculous.
really high right now, and they're like, "Can I hear it?" I'm not going to listen to this section of this audio, so you just let us know if you hear something. So
Type in the comments below.
No, I don't want to know if there's an EVP in there.
Also, shout out to Miley
Yes.
because we're using her bathroom while we're staying in the guest room, and I was in a pinch, and I had to use her body wash because I did not have any. I smelled pretty all day, and I appreciate the fact that that was there, and I apologize for using it. So if you're listening, thank you so much. So
Tipper, just leave it on the camera.
there's
Don't do that.
there's at least a couple more stories. I know one of them you guys have been talking about, something about a doll.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
already terrifying.
Because dolls freak me out.
Yeah.
Is it anything like Annabelle?
You listen to the story and then we'll
so-
let you decide.
I brought this story up to Mom not too long ago, and I told her,
Too long ago, like a few
yeah,
years,
not
maybe?
no. I just talked to her about this recently too.
Oh, really?
'Cause
Again?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because I asked her, I was like, "Hey, Mom, remember that doll we had on the fireplace?" And she's like,
She doesn't remember, right?
she
What?
kind of remembers. So I was like, "Remember that red doll you had? I remember you told me it was the doll that you put on top of your car when you get married." And I was like, "Where's the husband? Because this is supposed to be a pair.
Oh,
Because it's a wedding doll."
Okay.
Yeah.
So our mom's like, "I think she was alone." And I was like,
Wait, what do you mean? When?
like, because it's a wedding doll.
Yeah.
Like have you had the Chinese weddings where you put the dolls on the car?
I have no clue.
Okay,
Yeah.
so sometimes
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's just like a big bow. But before they would have like small little figures of.
She was pretty.
She
So
was-
similar
she
to
was
what's on
pretty.
top of wedding cake.
Yes,
Pretty much, but bigger.
Bigger. Gotcha.
Yeah. So and it's not. And she was kind of like, was she articulate? I think a little bit, right?
No,
Give or
I don't
take.
want. I hope
Like
not.
she kind of looked like like what a Barbie looks like.
Mhm.
She kind of looked like that.
Like a G.I. Joe, but without the kung fu grip.
Yes.
Okay.
What the fuck?
So
Lots of people out there instantly picture what these dolls look like. I'm just saying.
yeah. So she was
dainty.
She was a really pretty doll, and she wore a red dress with a red hat.
Okay.
And she was really pretty. So I asked Mom, I was like, "Do you remember that doll?" And she's like, "Yeah, she always sat in the like on the mantle of the fireplace in our old house." Oh, and our old house is haunted too.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think it's haunted.
I think our old house is haunted, but
Yeah.
let me tell you about the doll
It
first.
felt haunted.
Yeah, even
What?
growing up, it felt really scary.
Yo, what?
Yeah, we don't go to that house now.
Before they're like, we didn't think we have any stories. Liars!
Well, now that you brought it up. Okay, so this doll, every time Jess and I would go into the living room, we would turn the doll around.
Yeah.
What?
Because
Yeah, we
she
don't like
scared
that.
us. She's pretty, but she scared us.
Yeah.
So, and we were really
I'm
young.
scared now.
Oh, yeah, we don't know where this doll is anymore, just
Yeah.
so you know. We
It's not
have
this
no idea.
Do you have
where
an
she
attic
is.
in this house?
No. If it is, it's very short.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
There
So-
it is. There's a partial attic.
Just a very small
So if
one.
we hear skittering, it's probably not her.
She wouldn't be
dude.
here. I don't think.
No, she's not here.
I'm just saying this to scare Robin, who's actually getting scared now.
Oh, sorry. But, so we would turn her around all the time, but we were really young. So
Yeah, we were small.
sometimes
We were
fireplace mantles can be pretty tall.
Yeah.
So our mom was really impressed that we got up there.
Yeah.
Because there's always stuff kind of in front of it anyway. So she's like, yeah, I remember. She would always face out of the living room.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they would position her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Our fireplace was at an awkward angle.
yeah, it was like in the
weird.
corner. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And so Jess and I would literally just turn her around.
Yeah.
And 'cause-
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hell yeah. So when we play in the living room, we'd have her turned around. And then we'll leave and we'll come back. And she turned right back
Get
around.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That is
no joke.
terrifying.
Yeah.
No joke. So
And
like,
nobody else would come
No
by.
one was there.
So we don't know
Yeah.
if no one went in there. Because we're kids.
Yeah.
So we don't know. And our aunt also lived with us.
Yeah, at
Who
the time.
our mom said adored the doll.
Mm.
So we're like, okay. So we don't know if she's the one turning it around.
Or the doll's turning around there.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And when I asked my mom, I was like, where's the male version of this? The guy one. And she's like, I don't know. I think she was all alone. I was like, are you sure? Do you,
What if she murdered it?
Is that why her dress is red?
Let's do
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so
That
we,
was stupid.
That one is jumping to conclusions though.
So
There
we-
is
but
too many
we-
conclusions, but we were really young.
but we
Yeah.
don't know where this doll is.
We have
no idea.
After
And
you
the
move,
house,
it's just-
no, we still
They
have
said
the
that
house.
in unison, so I think you all have to drink, by the way.
Oops. We still have the house. It's actually our dad's house.
Oh.
Over in Rosemead. in Washington Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mom said that our aunt who adored the doll took it when she moved out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it could be with her.
Oh.
So
It could
I
be.
think it is with her, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah. She likes hoarding.
She
too,
does like
so
hoarding.
Was
so
your
she
aunt
might
like
be
far,
somewhere.
far, far away?
No.
She lives
She's,
close by.
Maybe like a 5-minute drive from that house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You say close by where the doll could walk here if it wanted to.
Oh no.
No,
She's
no.
far from here.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But
good.
close to the other house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Got you. So I feel safer now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Quite-
say.
quite safe.
Yeah.
Why? Is she after us? What's
No, no,
happening?
no, no,
It
no,
sounds
no.
like-
Just making sure she is.
Oh my gosh.
She would have a hard time getting here.
Yeah.
I hate dolls. I hate them.
did. Yeah. But
She
she was
we were
so
complimenting
pretty.
that guy's doll
Yeah,
all
I
weekend.
know.
Okay, dude. No.
We had a gentleman. We have to talk about this. So
He was nice.
Okay,
there was a
he's
very
not-
nice older
very
couple
nice.
that showed
Please
up
defend him and
on,
undefend
on
him.
Friday.
Yes, he and his wife were the nicest people. Like, so nice. But they had those really expensive
Realistic dolls.
Realistic, like anime-esque dolls.
Almost like 1.5 to 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
And some of these were
wouldn't
quite large.
touch it.
I
They
touched
cost
it.
way too much.
Yeah,
I touched the
one-
clothes.
One
which
of them
was-
costs between like $500 to $700.
Yes.
So when you're doing
It's
a
nuts.
convention, one of the things that you try to make sure to avoid is having someone stand in front of your booth because you want more people to come up and check stuff out.
Right.
So this gentleman and his wife were super sweet and they were talking for a very long time.
Yes.
And so they were talking to Jess and Robin and Jennifer and I, who are usually in the back, like, yay, team go. We're like, oh wow, like they're really hogging up the booth a little bit. And so we're like thinking like, wow, they're being really nice because they're not asking them like, can we shift to the side? Or thank you so much for, like, you guys didn't try and end the conversation. You just like let it keep going. And it went on for quite some time. So while we're back there, because it's just the person I am, I'm like, so what they're doing right now is they're casting a spell. Because these 2 dolls they're showing are the last 2 girls that they talked to at an anime convention.
We were joking around.
You guys are so... Oh my god.
I was not paying attention.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
were
God.
joking around.
I
I'm
was
so
coming-
glad you guys didn't
I
hear
was coming
though.
up with a horror story of like what was happening right then. I was like, this is like a Goosebumps book. Like this is going to end with them
They
getting
were like
turned into
empty
dolls.
vessels.
Yes, they're like, no,
Oh my God.
hold it. But you guys are both like, no. I'm like, don't hold the dolls.
They were very gorgeous dolls.
They were.
And these
Such
people were
gorgeous
very
dolls.
nice. This is just me being a facetious prick in the
Yeah.
background. And then the gentleman came back today. He brought another doll to show.
Yes.
Because you guys were so sweet and enthusiastic. And again, it wasn't this doll's haunted. It's this doll is super expensive.
It was
Yes.
super expensive.
Don't want to damage it.
They're heavy.
Yes.
They're surprised. Well, because
Oh, she wasn't.
I held it.
Yeah.
Because I held it. So
They put them on
You
the
have been acting
Yeah.
weird since you held that doll.
whatever. I'm not the one hitting on waiters
He
and
told me-
sucking otter pops. Okay.
He told me later, he's like, I have the other one in the bag.
Yeah, that was
was
weird when you
fun.
just pulled the second doll out. I was like,
No,
They have
he
this,
had
like-
another, he had it again today.
They have this really
Oh.
big bag. It's almost like, it looks like what a golfer would carry his clubs around in.
But
just a little bit smaller, but it like was also sealed.
Yes.
So you could carry a second doll in it and prevent it from being damaged, which is, I've never seen something like that.
Yeah.
Like that was just kind of weird. They were still incredibly sweet. If you listen to this, you're very nice human beings. But yeah, that was one of the things during this week, and I was like, that's a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
Like
He
dolls
had
are
it
creepy
again
in
today.
general.
He had a
The-
bag.
the thing?
A second one.
They're very gorgeous.
they are very
But
pretty, though.
You
Dolls.
seem to be pretty sympathetic to
terrifying.
these doll things right now. So
No, I collect figures. I can't really, you know what I mean?
that's true. We have a bunch of shit.
You know how
there.
many
I mean,
Hatsune
but-
Miku figures I have?
But
Okay.
it's not like you take it around. And
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
take them around, no.
Here, hold this. No, it looks just like you. That's weird.
Shut up!
And I have a
okay?
second one in my bag.
He did. Okay, so we have that addressed. So we covered
Have
the
that address.
we covered the creepy red doll. And then there was one other story that you had thought of.
And this is a story told by our uncle, who told us at a party, you know, to lighten the mood.
A family gathering.
Sometimes, though, lots of at family gatherings, a lot of times it's like, let me tell you something creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I freaking love that.
Yeah.
He's like one of the best. He's the chillest uncle we have, I think.
I think he is.
Besides Uncle Joe.
And
The
Alan.
Alan. Iced tea group.
So,
That
yeah.
was weird.
Wait, what?
We were at
Your
a wedding.
uncle is
Sidetrack.
iced tea.
I think I know.
Sorry,
You're
sidetrack. But our Uncle Joe's from Washington. Yeah, we invited him because our auntie was getting married, and he was like, "Oh, we ran out of space at the adults table, so he got to join us, which were the kids table at the time.
Quote unquote kids table.
It was us, and we were I forgot how old.
16.
What is that?
Yeah,
17.
16 or 17 years old, and we had our friends that came. One of them was our camera guy, and then we had our other friend, Romer. I don't know why he was there. And then we had our little sister.
This is a sidetrack story. This is not even scary.
And then our uncle was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the adult." Like he gets, first
First
dibs,
serving.
first everything, all that fun stuff.
And
So
he's
he,
like, I
and so
feel
he made
so much
iced tea for
respect.
himself. Yeah, he made iced tea for himself, and then he ended up kind of converting everyone to iced tea, and then we were like the iced tea gang. It was weird.
That makes sense now.
Yeah, so
he's our
that
iced
was
tea
like a
uncle.
super
Like,
sidetrack.
our-
He's super cool.
Our friends don't remember his name. They call him the iced tea uncle.
Yeah, his name's Uncle Joe. How more American can you get?
Oh, you mean
That
iced tea?
Usually at these family gatherings, they tell you like those old timely stories, all the creepy ones. So he told us, he's like, do you want to hear a story about the time where I saw a hung man? And we're like, no. He's like,
No.
I'll tell you anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's just like that.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna tell you anyway. I was like, okay, well, we'll listen to it. So there's a path that he has to take to go to and from. I think it was school, or was it to
The
work?
village.
To and
To
from
a different village.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he
'cause when he went to
rarely.
school, he has to go there every day.
And
Yeah,
this
so
took
he
And
place-
this
rarely
is
took this.
in back where he's from, not
Yeah.
Oh
here
yeah,
in
yeah,
America.
no, not here in America. You
Put
can't
the
hang
setting.
people, right?
Put the setting.
Here? Okay,
what's the
so
setting?
this.
I don't think they execute people like that anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
no,
sure-
this person was executed.
I'm pretty sure there's a state right now
Oh.
that just got the firing squad back
No.
because the stuff that you use during the lethal injection is so hard to acquire nowadays that they're just going to bring that back in.
It's
with death
cheaper to
penalty,
just use bullets. Got it.
apparently.
Yeah.
So okay, continue. Different country.
Okay, so this country is Cambodia, so like very village-like. So he lived in a village, and he rarely took this track to the other village just to do, I think, some basic business or something, right? So there's a tree that's kind of on the outskirts of his village, where someone had done something bad and they hung him because it was something so bad that it was his penalty was
Yeah.
death,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretty much. So his parents told him, it's like, hey, don't go there. And if you do need to go to the next village, kind of take an outer path,
Yeah.
kind of around it, because you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
But, when your parents tell you don't do it,
You're gonna do it.
gonna do it.
Right.
So what he did was, smart kid, right? in the middle of the night.
No.
Yeah, in the middle of the night,
Yes.
he went
Just to check it out.
just to check it out.
What?
Yeah, right? So he's like, yeah, by himself
In the middle of the night.
in the middle of the night. Not sure if he got a candle or like a lantern, but he went there and he was telling us, he's like, that was the scariest thing I've seen throughout my entire life.
In the middle of a wedding.
Yeah, no,
He's
no,
like,
no.
I'm
This is
gonna
at a family gathering.
Okay.
This is-
Yes,
yeah.
no.
Sorry,
It was at a family gathering.
the two stories kind of
Yeah,
combined.
because
Okay.
we sidetracked.
That would have been
Oh, the iced tea party.
infinitely funnier if he came to the kids' table and was like, let me tell you about the time I saw a dead body.
Right?
I'm that style uncle, so I respected that power move. But
Oh, but he's on our dad's side. And then the wedding was for our mom's side, so he wasn't invited.
Yeah, he was. He was there.
Was he
He
there?
was there.
That's
No
hilarious.
way.
Yeah.
because then your friends wouldn't call him iced tea uncle. They would call him
It'd be
dead
like-
body uncle.
Exactly.
Oh,
I was like,
jeez.
hanging,
I love
hanging
these
tree
descriptions.
uncle.
Hanging tree uncle.
Yeah.
I
So-
can't believe he went in the middle of the night by himself to check it out.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he told us it was the scariest thing he's ever seen. Because you know how, like, I don't know.
He
What-
like laughed it off too.
He
after.
did laugh it
Yeah.
off.
But it's
He
because
laughed
it's
it
so
off.
long ago.
And
right?
Yeah, it
there's
was long
that
ago.
trauma that's buried so deep when you access it, you're like, just laugh about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing else you can do.
Something
Yeah.
that triggers. Yeah, but he was telling us that I think he said the body was out there for like 3 days already.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So like
It was decomposed.
everything like it's decomposing, the eyes popped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
ew.
it's like gross.
Yeah.
And he's like, that was the scariest thing.
Why would you go at night?
Yeah, why would
know?
you go at night?
Just be like, oh, I forgot it was there, and take the wrong route. You know,
Yeah.
take the most direct route and be like, oh, I walked by it. Versus, I'm going to go in the middle of the night. So I think if we've learned anything, it's to not go and check out dead bodies in the middle of the night. If you're staying in Cambodia, probably a good idea. Also,
I think in any third world
Or
country.
well, in any
Anywhere.
country, anywhere.
Period.
Period. Yeah.
and then I think the other lesson we can take from this episode is that you guys are as brave as you are wonderful.
Oh.
Because I can't imagine being like, I have to get this door open, and then someone prays to the ghost on the other side, and it opens,
I cannot
and it
believe
does, and you just charge in like, who's in here? So that is pretty awesome. So thank you guys so much for coming on the show. We're going to be back out here in July. What's the event that we're coming back out for?
I think we're
Annie Manga.
Annie Manga, and they changed their venue. They're going to be in Ontario Convention Center.
Right on.
Yeah.
So if anyone's in the area, check that out. The JJ Obsession will be there. Robin's Kawaii Corner will be there, and I'll be
Oh
there.
yeah, check them out on Instagram
Yeah.
at
Yes.
BJJ Obsession.
Yeah, and then we're actually, if you do come to the con and find us in the directory, we're going to be artsy engineers.
Artsy
Yeah.
Engineers is the name of the booth.
Because
Yeah.
we're all engineers.
Except for me.
No, social engineer.
Social engineer. We made
Civils,
up the
and then
Comp sci systems engineer.
Yes.
Awesome. So thank you guys one more time. Ladies, you are amazing people.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you coming on, and I think that's pretty good for this episode. So if anyone has any stories, maybe you're listening to this and it's like, I have an uncle that told me a creepy story too, or anything like that, you can...
Oh no, wait! I have an uncle, not a creepy uncle. Gotcha.
I have a creepy uncle.
My words, my words were
I have a
like,
creepy uncle who also told me creepy stories.
oh lord.
Maybe we'll
Okay.
talk about that next time. But the next time we have you guys on, you can talk to us about the other stories that definitely came up. We'll make a list. We're good with lists.
couple lists.
But if anyone has a story they would like to share, you can email storytime@scaryish.com. That comes directly to us. You can also go to our website, scaryish.com, click on contact us, fill out that form, or you can hit us up on our social medias. At Scaryish Podcast is our Instagram, at Scaryish Pod is our Twitter, and Facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast is our Facebook. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. There's a whole bunch of different tiers. At $1, you get ad-free episodes. And yeah, if you're not into the monthly subscription thing, you can go to ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. And yeah, all your donations let us actually go on trips like this and go to different anime conventions and stuff.
We have a mobile setup that we can use. This was a really impromptu episode because we're like, you guys are just so interesting.
Yes,
So
I
it was
love
wonderful
all
that
the
you
stories.
had the stuff for it. So thank you so much, Jessica, for letting us use it. And thank you both for letting us use the house to stay. It's been super fun. We're going to go probably watch Tangled after this now.
Yes.
We haven't finished it yet. So
Yes.
a little bit of a different vibe to the episode, but that's okay. So thank you to everyone who listened one more time. And that's everything for episode 181, I think it was. So Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Oh wait, don't you want them to sign it out?
Keep on creeping on, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Hasta la pasta.